friends, it's Kelly and welcome to my channel and welcome to the Halloween collaboration for Channel Hop. This is an exciting time and we've each prepared a craft for you that is Halloween related. I love how mine turned out. I found it a couple of years ago on Pinterest and thought one of these days I'll create it. This was the day. It turned out super cute. It's easy to do and I'll walk you through step by step how I made it and what you'll need to create it as well. So stay tuned. Remember that you need to visit all 4 stops and we ask that you be subscribers. It is a wonderful collaboration with Lene and Stephanie and Connie and myself, and it is super exciting. We are in costume and I am a little mousy and I am the mouse that is best friends with the cat because love is love, right? And I want to share with you what I made, and I also want to show what I'm using to create them. The first thing you're going to need is some old books. Now let me tell you, books you can get pretty cheap. You can get them inexpensive or you can get them even for free. I visit a local coffee shop more often than I should. And inside is a take a book, leave a book. And whenever I take a book from there, which is not very often, but if I do, I actually leave 3, 4, or 5 in return because I have so many books. I'm a huge book reader. I read a lot of books, and once I'm done with them, I very rarely, if ever, read them a second time. So for my project, the first thing you are going to need are some books. The older, the bigger, the better. And these are just some that I have in my house. Those are actually very prized books. I went to the coffee shop and I picked up 3 books for free. You're gonna take the jacket off and you're gonna paint them. So you're also going to need some acrylic paint, and I used chalk paint. I highly recommend using the chalk paint. If nothing else, mix them because this dries exactly how an aged book would look once it's dry. So from the Dollar Tree. I also think you are going to need glue gun, so make sure you have a glue gun, acrylic paint for the letters, and the letters are from the Dollar Tree as well. I did need 2 packs because this the word that I used needed 2 double letters, 2 S's, 2 L's. So I used 2 packs of those. You're going to need some decor. So I'm using 2 of these, a paintbrush, and I'm also, all right, I'm also using 2 Distress Oxides. This one is the black soot and the one on the floor is hickory smoke, but you need both of those. Paint pens come in handy. This is good for writing on the binder of the book, which is going to be here. There's the Posca paint pens, but those are a little bit pricey. I happen to have the full set of these Bistro pens. They do sell them in the Dollar Tree, so not to worry. You can use a little chalk pen from there. And I think that's it. A paintbrush, and the rest is creating as you go. It's very simple, very fun, and I absolutely love it. Let me show you. big reveal. They are dry and I love how they turned out. Ta-da! This is so fun, and this is a peek at the sides. So I did distress them a little bit, these little ghosty fingerprints, and I love how these turned out. These are absolutely fantastic. Just a simple coat of the chalk paint, or mixed with the acrylic paint, the chalk paint, and that's it. These turned out spectacular. I was going to take some sandpaper and like distress them a little bit, but I'm actually pleased with how they turned out just as they are, and I think it's going to be fantastic. So these are going to be my haunted spell books. Now let's head over to the craft desk and I'll show you gluing them down, and we'll get started on creating the top. The books are dry and I love how these turned out. It was a great addition to add the chalk paint, and this again is from the Dollar Tree, and I mixed it in with some of their acrylic black paint, and these turned out superb. They dried quickly in just a couple of hours and it covered it, and this is just awesome. What I was planning to do is add them, like kind of stack them a little bit wonky so they wouldn't be exactly straight, and then hot glue them down. But before I glued them down, I wanted to distress up the edges as well. I've already started here with some of the black soot because I didn't want the edges to be so pristine and pretty. I wanted them to look like they had little ghosty fingerprints on them. So I'm going to go back over with some Distress Oxide inks. This is from Ranger, and this is the Hickory Smoke, and just sort of blend in a couple of little spots where it looks like they're almost dirty or been on the shelf for a while, and give them sort of that antique, haunted, spooky look. And I love this. It just gives them that little extra something, so that from any of the angles that you see this, you'll see some little smudges and little fingerprints, and give it that aged kind of look. And I love these books. These books, like I was saying earlier, you can find them in your house, you can find them in donation spots. I pick these up at my favorite coffee shop. I walk in with armloads of books all the time, and it's from the Take a Book, Read a Book. And if you do take one, whenever I take a book, I tend to bring 5 or 6 back, or 5 or 6 at that time. Now for some spells. I am using Dollar Tree wood letters, and I did have to buy 2 packs because there's only 1 letter of the alphabet in each pack, and I needed 2 doubles, 2 S's, 2 L's. And what I thought I would do is add them to the book bindings, and these would be the names of the book. It was going to be like Boo to You, or, you know, Happy Halloween. Unfortunately, they turned out to be too big, so not to worry. The next step is I'm just going to add them to the top. So I wanted to give them a quick base coat of white acrylic paint. So I'm going to quickly paint these letters. So while they're drying, we'll move on to another part of this project. I'm going to paint these in just a random order, so that way I can have them drying. And I am not looking for perfection because this is a spooky Halloween distressed kind of look. As long as they are painted, I am okay with that. Less. Look at this. This would be fun to sit here and play with all the letters, see how many different words you can come up with. What I am doing now is covering the letters. These were already coated with some white acrylic paint, and that's why I shared earlier that you'll need some acrylic paint. I didn't know if I was going to use purple. I didn't know if I was going to use orange. I actually thought I was going to end up using neon green, but then when I saw the color of the embellishments that I was going to use, I just wanted to use white, and because an idea came into my head. All right, little Toonie, stay still. This is going to be the words that are going to spell out on the top. I hit them with a little bit of white acrylic paint, and then what I wanted to do now is kind of smudge them up a little bit. Just give them a little bit of an extra, like, you know, like an aged look, almost kind of like they're dirty, like they've been laying around in a haunted house kind of thing. So I thought I would give them a couple of little spots of this is Distress Oxide inks in Hickory Smoke. This is the one that went flying, so it's back, and I am giving them a quick little coat of that. So something like that. What I wanted to do first is glue these books down. I'm not sure how I want them yet. I think I wanted them a little bit wonky because I didn't want them to be like perfectly straight and uniform like that, which is how I saw it on Pinterest. And on Pinterest, she had taken a pen and wrote the like names of spooky stories, but I just, where it's going to be in my house, it's not going, you're not going to see this part. So I decided to have a top, and which is probably a good thing because this is what I noticed. They were too big. In the end, they were too big. The books that I used were too small, but it's okay. We're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to spell out, I crack myself up. I'm going to spell out spells, and the top will also have some more decorations, and it's going to go something like that. So the first thing I wanted to do is glue these down, and that's where the hot glue comes in. I'm going to use the white paint pen and just give a quick marking where I want them to go back down. And those pens are great. They're good for chalkboard writing. And for this, you can also just use a quick glue. You don't need to use hot glue, but since I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I think all these little stray little glues that you get will actually be kind of fun, like little cobwebs. And I also picked up some super fun flowers. They were the very last ones that they had. Everything in our Dollar Tree when I was purchasing the things for this project was already moving on to Christmas. And I was a little bit worried, but I turned a corner, and in the middle of the makeup, believe it or not, someone had thrown some flowers. And I was absolutely just ecstatic because they were exactly the flowers that I think this needed. And I am putting these a little bit wonky and not evenly on purpose. We were just at Disney, and one of my favorite spots in Disney World is the Haunted Mansion. And it just gave me all kinds of inspiration when I was there. And I really wanted to complete this project. I was thinking about it even on our trip. I was like, oh, I hope I can pull this off. Again, there's a few spots that I'm not happy with, but the rest of it, I actually am loving all these little strays. Probably won't take those back off. I can't wait to see what the other ladies have created as well. I know Connie and Lene and Stephanie are making something super fun and absolutely fantastic. I wanted to have an accent piece that will be able to hang out in our house and not be either in the way or not really, you know, just kind of clash with the other things that we have. So I think this will be fun. I love how this is turning out. I think I might even actually come back and do a few more little glues. Let me just use the back of this and see if I can get some more string. That would be fun. Something like that. It looks like little spider webs. I don't want really big globs of glue. I just want the little strings. There we go. Oh, this is turning out perfect. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but I'm making little tiny things of string, which are the little cast-offs that whenever you use a hot glue, you know what I'm saying. You've been there, that we are forever like, trying to get them all off. But this is actually me trying to put them on. Dollar Tree eyeballs, you can't go wrong. These are the googly eyes, and you get 125 pieces. I actually got this for another project, but it'll come in handy for today. And I love that there's so many different sizes in here, so that's a lot of fun. And these are the flowers that someone else changed their mind. Look at how perfect this is. In the middle of the makeup, they were just thrown there. So, you know, I was really, really glad. It was a lucky find. So I am going to be using these two bright and purple flowers, the ones with the two eyeballs, and then I'm also going to be using some of the spiders. I actually just one of them, I'm going to choose this purple glittery one. I'm going to stop production for just a quick second. Oh my goodness, a huge drop of boiling hot glue just landed on my finger. I'll be back. And the show must go on. That hurt. A big glop of glue right from the top as I was pulling this back landed right on my finger. All right, let's keep crafting. Moving forward, I was trying to put a little spider here, so there will be one off to the side. So I am going to keep this back away from me and give him a nice dollop. Again, keep the strings moving. This is turning out to be a nice little web. And then just fasten him down very gently. So there will be a little bit of decor on the front as well. So he'll just be chilling on the little spider, on the little leaf like a spider web. All right, so there's that. And I also wanted to add on a few flowers and some of the eyes. And this is going to be a fun project coming up as well. It's for a collaboration. And I had an idea that just popped into my head. I have no idea if it's going to turn out or not, but only one way to find out. So these are going to be setting somewhere on here. Something like that. But the first thing I want to do is fasten down these. And I am trimming off the backs. You stay away from me. I'm trimming off these first so that I can lay those down and then add the flowers. So it'll go something like that. Not sure yet where I want to put these, so I think I might not. These I might actually use on a different project. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not liking these on here. Sorry, I talk to myself as I work. I am my best company sometimes in my own entertainment, and I just like to plan things out ahead. And this one, I'm definitely winging it as I go. So thank you for hanging in there with me and being such wonderful company. So I want this to hang off just a little bit because the flower will be here. I am digging these eyeballs. I just think they're hilarious. So I'm going to put a few more strands of this here. Trying to get a little more of the webbing and then fasten this down. This has been a super fun collaboration and a really fun project to do. You behave. And I usually have those little pink things that hold for the thumbs, but this was not even for the fingers. It literally, as I was bringing it back, a huge glob just dropped and it landed unfortunately on the side of my hand. That hurt. There's a really, really bad burn under there, which I will get to as soon as I'm finished filming. And this is going to be facing down, so I want to make sure that the back looks as good as the front. It's reveal time, and I love how this turned out. I'm kind of sad that it took me 2 years to complete it. Next time I see something on Pinterest, I'm going to try and work a little faster. Here it is. This turned out to be so fun. This was a delightful project to create. Let me walk you through what I did. First, I did the chalk paint on the books. I distressed the edges so it gave it that little bit of an aged look, those little ghosty fingerprints. And this is the top, which I absolutely love. I think it turned out spectacular. And this is the Book of Spells. And there's the little spider web chilling on his little letter S. And I did leave all the little glue stringies to create a faux web. I love these eyeball flowers. They turned out just perfect. They have that little right amount of glitter. This little spider's chilling down here, and this one up here is making more of a statement piece. But that is my final spell Halloween collaboration project. And this is a really fun centerpiece. You can put it on the table. You can put it on a side table. Maybe when people walk in, it'll be there with the pumpkins. Or I was even thinking maybe my son, if he's allowed to take this to the drama department, only as a prop, maybe for some Shakespeare, right? With the little skulls, that would be cute. But this is my project from the Stop on the Hop, and I absolutely love this. This turned out to be a lot of fun. Just a couple of dollars. The books were free. You can get books for free as well. You probably have the paint in your house. You probably already have distressed oxides, but even so, you can just take a cotton swab, dilute some paint, and make your own type of distressing. Flowers, maybe you have your own googly eyes at home. You can always use stickers here, or if you're really talented, you can just write the letters out yourselves. And this is just really inexpensive, but it really makes a wow factor once it's all done. And I can't stop gushing over it. And I'm usually not really excited about some of the things that I try on Pinterest. 9 out of 10, kid you not, they end up in the trash. But this one is definitely going to be a keeper. So this is my project share for you at this Stop on the Hop. I am so excited to see what Lene and Stephanie and Connie have created. Remember to stop by and visit all of the ladies and see what they've made. And again, I have a giveaway on this stop, which I've either already shown you in a footage or you'll see now. I'm not sure where I'm going to include it, but either way, there is a giveaway here. And again, remember to read the rules in the description box below so that it's fair for everyone. And I'm really delighted that you stayed in here with me, that you're hanging out with me as I created this fun project. Wounds and all, it was really a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do this again. So that's it for this Stop on the Hop. If you could please give this a like, I'd really appreciate it. And if you like this content, consider being a subscriber to my channel and part of my crafty community. And there's going to be a lot of fun things coming up, especially for the holidays, so you want to stay tuned for that. And that's it. Make sure to visit the other ladies. I am delighted that you stopped by today, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, friends.